What is going on, guys? I'm here bringing you on my last video of the Molten Core Wing of the Blackrock solo adventure in Hearthstone. This time we're going to be doing Ragnaros. Now let's move on to the encounter itself. It's going to start off with Majordomo Exodus as the boss, with his hero power being the Majordomo, a 2-mana cost hero power that is going to summon him a 3/3 Flamewalker Acolyte. These are going to be things that you're going to have to deal with throughout the encounter. They're always going to be there. He's almost always going to play it each turn. Now, once you get Majordomo down to 0 health from his 15 armor and 30 health, he's going to switch over to Ragnaros, and Ragnaros is going to have 30 health and 30 armor. His hero power is going to be called Die Insect. It's going to be 2 mana. It's going to deal 8 damage to a random enemy twice. So it's going to be able to take out 2 of your minions or 2 hits to the face or whatever. Now, the most important things in his deck are going to be the Molten Giants. He's going to have 10 of them in his deck. So this means you're going to want to keep him at 21 health or above until you know you can have the kill, because he will fill his hand with these, and once you take him below that, he will start playing them. Especially if you get it down to where he can play them at 0 mana, he's going to fill the entire board with Molten Giants. Now, other than that, he's going to have Core Hounds, Core Ragers, and Fire Elementals for his high attack minions. And he's also going to have Fireball, Lava Burst, and Lava Shocks too, so you may want to watch out for that. Now, that is the main threats that he's going to have. Let's move on to the deck that I used to beat him. So I'm going to have my deck list on the side here. Now, this deck to beat him is a little gimmicky, so you may not get it on the first try. It may take a few, actually. So first, I'm going to go over what this deck is supposed to accomplish. It's going to be able to kill this boss in hopefully 1 turn. Because if you don't, you're most likely just not going to win. There are decks that can't beat him that don't use this kind of gimmick of buffing up your minions and making him fill his hand with Molten Giants, but this is basically the easiest that I found. With this deck, you're going to want to get him down to 21 as Majordomo, no lower, because that's when he's going to start being able to spawn the Molten Giants. And you're just going to clear until you have the 81 damage that it's going to take to kill him. You can do this in 2 turns because it's going to take him a turn to play all the Molten Giants, but you are running the risk of him being able to use his hero power as Ragnaros and clear your board, or at least 2 minions, and they may be your 2 main minions. How I'm going to go over this, I'm going to start off with heals, then move to buffs, and then minions. Now the heals that are going to be included are going to be Circle of Healing, Light of the Naru, and Earthen Ring Farseer. So Circle of Healing is going to heal all minions on the board for 4 health, even his. You're going to use all of these basically to trade and be able to keep your minions in the process. Now let's move on to the buffs. First, we're going to have Inner Fire. It's going to make a minion's health equal to its attack, and then that'll be more important later. Next, we'll have Power Word Shield, which will buff the health of a minion and draw a card. Divine Spirit, which will double a minion's health. You're probably starting to see a little bit of a pattern here. Velen's Chosen, which will give a minion 2 attack and +4 health. Then we will have Dark Cultists in this deck, which are great because you can trade with the Majordomo, and when they die, they will give a random minion +4 health. Now let's go on to minions, and I will go over how to use those spells with these minions. First off, we're going to have Death Lords, which are going to be 2 8s. They have very high health. Flying Machines, which are going to be 1/4 with Wind Fury. Light Spawns, which will be 5/5, but they go off of how much health they add, so the lower health, the lower attack they'll have. Mogushan Wardens, which will have Taunt and be a 1/7. So all of these minions that I just mentioned are going to have very low attack but very high health, which is really great because of the buffs that I just went over. You're going to be able to give these things a ton of attack with Inner Fire, but first you're going to buff their health first, and that's what's going to set up our 1-turn kill, or 2 turns if that goes, or sometimes 3 if you can live. I have a few more minions here. It's going to be a Faceless Manipulator, which you don't really need, but it's going to help. You can copy one of your very buffed minions. Say you get a Flying Machine to 28/28, you can copy it and have 2. Emperor Tharasan, which is going to be able to let you set up your buffs and stuff quicker, and also he's pretty good at trading, being a 5/5. And then last but not least is Kel'Thuzad. He's going to also help with trading, which is the whole thing about this deck, is just to trade until you have that 1 shot by bringing the minions back that died that turn. So with all this put together, you're going to have to kind of draw right, but it's pretty easy. Just make sure you buff up your Death Lords or a Mogushan Warden early, so you can trade the 3/3s that are just going to be constantly spawning. I'm also going to be running 2 Shadow Word Deaths and 2 Holy Novas. They're going to help clear and heal up your minions. Shadow Word Death, so if you let a Death Lord die and he spawns a Molten Giant, you're going to be able to take care of it He has Core Hounds and Fire Elementals that he'll be spawning, so use them on them. And then also Holy Nudge to clear the 3/3s out, or at least help. Now, here's 2 of the videos of me beating him. You're gonna see how I traded, used the buffs to trade, and heals. And I will see y'all after these.
changes. changes.
Life.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that and maybe learned something and maybe beat the boss, maybe. And seems we're at the end of the video here, where stuff happens and things, and buttons, and yeah. Bye. For the Majordomo! I'm so glad I'll never have to hear that again.